Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Derek with Cherry Blossom CBD. This is our weekly show, Friday with Friends. We always have good friends on. We have some really good friends in the industry. And today we're talking to one of those people, Tripp Ritter of Str8 Hemp. Str8 Hemp, Smokable Hemp down in North Carolina. I believe you're in Wilson, North Carolina. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, Wilson, North Carolina.
For those of you who don't know, that is some of the best country that this United States has to offer. So, Tripp, tell us your story. First of all, welcome and thank you. But tell us your story and about yourself and how you got to start in the Str8 Hemp, brand. And like this gets some very interesting stuff over here. We're definitely going to get into that, but talk about like what got you into the love of hemp.
Yeah, so
I love your name.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that, and I appreciate you having us on and for this opportunity. Yeah, look, I mean, I've been in the tobacco industry now this is my 20th year. So that's kind of how I started. I'm kind of a legacy tobacco guy. Generational. Folks from farming to warehousing to purchasing and blending. So I've been in tobacco for quite some time, and the Farm Bill came out, and we're located here in Wilson. The Farm Bill came out, and we saw this as an opportunity and kind of the wave of the future. I think, personally, I believe in hemp. I believe in the cannabis plant and the good things that it does naturally. And so I just figured that it was a way kind of for us as a company to transition into something that works not only with the region where we in, but the agricultural aspect of it and the technology that we had. And so we decided to get into it. We've kind of gone full bore, and we hope to continue to evolve.
Well, as I mentioned to you, and when we were off screen, like I'm from Eastern North Carolina. I remember going to these like tobacco houses with my granddad, and like the smell, these things just sort of take you back to a certain place, and all that has sort of changed. It seems like when I go back home, like you said, you've been in the tobacco industry for multiple generations, you and your family. Talk about how the industry has changed over your career and the conditions that maybe kind of influenced you to kind of embrace hemp a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, I mean, tobacco in the past was kind of, it was a big industry, but there were smaller farms, right? There was a kind of a quota system. And then that quota system kind of broke up about 2005 with the buyout of the quotas. So what ended up happening is you ended up with large commercial scale farmers. And things kind of became, instead of specialized, they would be, they become more commercialized. So kind of less hands-on, more mechanical type stuff, bigger farms. So that's kind of one change. Additionally, tobacco companies have gone under a consolidation, less smoking, not that that's a bad thing by any means, but, everything's changed. People are smarter about the things that they're putting in their body. People are being healthier. So all these kind of things changed. And as they were changing, the Farm Bill came in. The farmer base here in Eastern North Carolina kind of transitioned as well, right? They wanted to try out a different product or a different plant that they believed in. So maybe they transitioned a little bit of their tobacco growing area into hemp. We're really well positioned. We've got, a good farmer base here that we deal with, that we were able to then kind of leverage in hemp purchasing. Obviously we've got cigarette making capabilities. We've got, all these technologies that we use in the tobacco industry for years that we had free capacity for. So we played around, we tweaked, we came up with different products, using this plant material, using old tobacco type technologies, and we think we've come up with a good tobacco or a good hemp suite of products to distribute and sell.
You market your product as a tobacco alternative. What makes your Str8 Hemp smokes and shreds so unique?
Yeah, okay, so yeah, we are a tobacco-free, nicotine-free alternative. So basically, we have technology and then the know-how to be able to process this hemp into a form to put it into a cigarette where it is, much smoother and burns smoother than most, hemp products that just, you see the flower, you'll have some ash that falls off. We've got a really nice product that holds together, that smokes smooth, and we think it's a really good product for people who might enjoy smoking, but don't want that nicotine or that tobacco part.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a tobacco-free, nicotine-free smoking alternative.
And what's the customer response then?
The customer response has been really positive. We have a website. It's www.str8hemp.com. That's STR8 Hmp.com. We have customer testimonials on there. We'll go into the breadth of products that we have, the different ways and different usages. But the customer response has been really positive. I think, the menthol portion really is taking off.
Yeah, okay. Is it because is there like a residual sort of like hempy flavor? Like sometimes you get that in like a hemp oil or extract.
Yeah,
and the
so we've got
covers that.
Yeah, so our smokable hemp, like our hemp smokes, we've got a menthol and then a smooth. Okay, and that smooth is just basically giving you a cannabis taste. I mean, it's all natural cannabis taste, nothing added. I think just the menthol, just the cooling effect that it has as well, I think is really kind of interesting for the consumer.
Excellent. And that's new to this year, correct?
Yeah, we launched it I think last year. Okay. But it's really, starting to get some traction.
So if I remember correctly, your company uses more of an industrial hemp as opposed to like the medicinal hemp, more of a. So you, for your smokes and your shred, and once you've cured this product, you sort of add flavor to it from there.
Yeah, correct. So what we use is industrial biomass, kind of, as I mentioned to you before, we've got these big commercial farmers around here. So this works really well for us, this industrial hemp biomass. It's not giving as pungent aroma and taste as you normally would get out of, smokable or medicinal type hemp, but it does give that hemp flavor to it. So yes, in our smokes, we have a smooth, which is just a natural flavor. Then we have the menthol. We also make a product which is basically like a split filler. They come in these little 2-ounce bags, and we make those in 4 flavors. We make those in berry, menthol, honey, and natural. So yeah, we add those flavors into it after the process. Yeah.
And are people like blending those with like traditional cannabis, sort of like Brits used to do, if you will, with the drum and everything?
Exactly right, and that's kind of the thought process. I mean, it's definitely a split filler, right? I mean, yeah. And to go along with the smokes kind of thing, it is a tobacco-free, nicotine-free, alternative. Something that will make your medicinal flower go longer. It'll make it burn smoother. In much the same way people were doing with drum or these other kind of roller grown type tobaccos in the past. Yeah, absolutely.
So, which I call like the old drum and cannabis thing. I call it the original D8, right?
Yeah, in a way, right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just calming it down a little bit.
That's it.
Ready to go.
Yes, and and it's like the socially acceptable thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So you do offer a Delta8 line as well of these same products. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely, we do. We offer Delta8. They're in the hundreds format, so they're a bit longer. Okay, but we offer it in 2 flavors. Also, we offer it in the natural or the smooth, and the and the menthol as well. So yeah, I mean, I think we got a full suite. We also offer Delta8, and unfortunately, I don't have any disposables with me. We offer it in disposables, and we offer it in cartridges as well.
Get out of here! Okay, this is new. I don't know if that was quite there last time.
Yeah, these are new from towards the end of last year. So
congratulations.
Yeah, man.
Well, I don't see a lot of Delta8 in this market because we have DCs here. There's a lot of, Maryland has dispensaries. So where there's Delta9, legalization, recreation with Delta8 doesn't seem to do as well,
Right.
As we know, we're not there yet with North Carolina. I'm not really sure how everyone feels about that. I'm sure there's different opinions, so we'll just let that's our next conversation, maybe, right?
Yeah, we'll take that one offline. Yeah,
that could be one in itself. But what I do hear is that from a company standpoint, Delta8 has really increased profit margin and sales. Like it's really opened up a lot more audience for this, and even like kind of brought people to other products that may not have ventured into because they came looking for the Delta8. What's your perspective on it?
Yeah, 100% like that. Look, Delta8 just gives us brand recognition throughout all of our brands, right? I think, Delta8's been good from a sales perspective, and then residually then bringing people to our non-Delta8 products as well.
Right, excellent. Yeah. And has it kind of made the difference during these last couple of years?
Yeah, we just kind of launched it. It kind of takes off. It's a fill the pipeline, and then educate the customers, and then it's the reorders, right? So the reorders are just starting to come in now. So it's starting to move a bit. So you can see some traction within the market. Absolutely.
Excellent. And I don't think, from what I see, like especially in some of the southern states where this is really working and really like adding to the economies of some of these places that may not have had this before, retail, manufacturers all over. I think this is here to stay in North Carolina.
Yeah, certainly we hope so. And not just in North Carolina, and other places as well. Look, if we can keep this thing going, it shows potential, and the reception of the customer has been, very positive.
Yeah, I was skeptical at first, but my mind is being changed also. I don't know. Some people are slower to embrace new things like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, you kind of, I think the initial was you're trying to grab, to your point earlier, you're trying to grab that Delta9 consumer who's not in the Delta9 state, and I think some of that's transformed even from that, original kind of, or what I believed it was going to be. I think actually Delta8 has brought in new consumers into the cannabis space, meaning, hemp, period. So I think it's been really good.
In a way, it's almost like the perfect bit of confusion to bring people in. You know what I mean? It's funny that it's like that. It's like, well, if I sort of want cannabis, but I feel better that it's coming from hemp and not this. So you opt in. And then you have these people who are like, well, cannabis just makes me feel weird or anxious. And then someone says, well, the Delta8 doesn't. And then boom, like you're opting in,
Yeah.
It's, or like, well, I've tried this and it's not quite as effective enough for my symptoms. Well, this is a step up and it's legal. It really hits a lot of butts. Like I call it the great disruptor, because it disrupted both industries really.
Yeah, very well put. Look, I've talked to people who are very skeptical of cannabis because, it's what they grew up, it's bad, kind of stayed away from it. But as soon as Delta8 came, legal, they've kind of, they dip their toes in and go, wait a minute, this can really work for me.
Yeah.
On multiple fronts, things like, even, just to calm you down before bed for sleeping or, different kind of things. The cannabis plant is a wonderful plant, right?
Oh my God, yes it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can offer so many good things. So no, certainly glad that Delta8 came about. Just for the usage. For the for what it brings, not necessarily for the commercial aspect. Yeah.
It's kind of a messenger in a way. And it's funny because like my parents are boomers, and they're sort of like in a strange way, they are the recipients of the just say no, but they're also the recipients of, you know, oh man, like this drug stuff, like these are bad. Cannabis is the same as cocaine or all this other stuff, you know, and there's, you know, there's a whole, you know, they're super more religious than we were, you know, in their time periods. There's a Bible Belt aspect to this whole thing where it's just, it's a sin. And I think as we move forward, especially with millennials and Gen Z, there's going to be a lot more embrace than resistance that we're seeing from the boomers. And that's not knocking them. It's just we all have different experiences since we've been here, and their experiences have been a little different. That hasn't really leaned them as much, but they're here. You know what I mean? They're stepping in.
100% with you there, man.
Yeah. So what's next for Str8 Hemp?
And we're going to continue to evolve, right? I mean, like any new category. I mean, innovation is, you know, is the name of the game. You know, we're constantly looking to see what the new products and new things are out there and where that fits with what we do. You know, we're going to try to stay with the, you know, the smokable type stuff because that's what we're good at. But yeah, we're going to keep grinding, keep trying to find new innovations, new products out. You know, maybe it's Delta8, maybe it's the next thing. But I promise you, we're in the lab. We're here working, trying to figure it out, man.
Well, you got to keep your head to that computer, man, because this stuff keeps coming up like every day. It's like there's another one. Like, what is happening?
Yeah. And what's going to move, right? I mean, that's it too. You know, let's be honest. There is a commercial aspect to it, and so what's going to move? So what speaks to the consumer? What does the consumer need? What do they want? So we have to also be listening not only to the scientists and to these guys who are developing these new products or new ways, but also to the consumer. What do you want? You know, I mean, that's important as well.
And always, you know, I think around tell any business owner, you always got to somehow, some way find a way to hear what your customers are saying. Otherwise, you're just like throwing darts in the dark, you know, and that is the absolute truth. Well, let's tell these people. You told them where they can find you, but we can do that again. We do what we call a God, I can't even think of it. It's my own thing too, and it's like shameless plug.
Shameless plug, like, yeah.
I don't know, tongue-tied today. So we want to talk about you, some things that, you know, we already talked about your product, maybe some things that are coming up, maybe some promo codes or something you may be excited about, some new technology. But let's tell people where they can find you, of course.
Yeah, again, so the website is www.str8hemp.com. That's Str8Hmp.com. You can find us. You can find our products in convenience stores, tobacco shops, vape shops, gas stations, cash and carry wholesalers. Man, we're out there. We're out there pushing it. You know, when we started talking, Derek, we had these two products. These are the tobacco-free, nicotine-free smoking alternative Str8 Hemp smokes. We've got the natural, and we've got the menthol blend here. These also, we've got our split fillers, as we discussed earlier. Here we've got the menthol, we've got a honey, we've got a berry, and then a natural, right? And these come in 2-ounce bags. They'll last you forever. And then we've got our Delta8 products. We've got the Str8, so straight with a T at the end, this one, and then the Delta8. So here's the natural. Then we also have the menthol. These are in hundreds format, so they're a bit longer. They're you know, longer enjoyment there. And then we've got disposables and cartridges. Both. So the Str8 8T again, so straight Delta8. So both of those come in 4 different flavors. So please check us out. Please go to your local convenience store, ask for us, vape shop, ask for us. Hope you enjoy our product, and be certain to leave some feedback when you can.
I think you guys have a really good product. You've like kind of found your groove and your niche in this industry, which is sometimes hard to do. There's a lot of options, a lot of confusion out there. I think you guys are doing really, really good work. You're putting out a quality product. I want to give you a suggestion. I don't know if you've ever heard of funnel, right?
Funnel?
funnel is what a lot of these young people, young boys, are putting in their cannabis, and it's almost like old ground or shredded tobacco.
Okay.
All right. Your shred competes with that tremendously.
Right on.
Yes. Look
Right,
at how you compete with this funnel stuff, because it's almost like we're talking this drum thing is coming back in a way, but it's like reversed. Instead of they're trying to get the cannabis to add to the drum, it's like they got the cannabis, it's everywhere. Yeah. And now they're looking for tobacco product or something to put in there. I know not everybody wants to smoke tobacco. Sometimes young people just do stuff because everyone else is doing it, you know. But I think there's a whole nother option out there, you know, that you can step into.
Yeah, funny, Derek. I mean, this whole thing started, this whole platform started because I wanted to make spliffs of it. So,
funny how that works, right?
Yeah, right.
There you go, like Str8 products.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tripp, man, you are super smart. You guys are going to do well down there. I need to come down there and see you when I'm close. And one more question for the audience. How far is your reach? Are you just in North Carolina? Are you in Virginia? Are you up here in like Maryland, DC area?
We're across the United States. So we've got a nice distribution. Yeah, we have a nice distribution that we can do. We piggyback off, our cigarette sales guys. So we're everywhere from California to North Carolina and from Florida on up. So yeah.
Excellent. Love it. You guys heard it right here. Str8 Hemp. That's straight with an 8. All right. So get these guys some business. They are putting out quality product. Tripp, thank you. And thank you for being our guest today on Friday with Friends.
All right, Derek. Thank you, man. Enjoyed it.
Thank you, man. We'll do a part 2 sometime soon. We'll go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, well, come visit, please.
I definitely will.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
See you.